Hi, welcome to Wise Guide. Naming compound, polyatomic compound 2. So this session I'm going to show you how to name the polyatomic compound with variable positive charge. So first let's review. A polyatomic compound contains more than two elements, metal ions and polyatomic ions. So naming polyatomic compounds with variable positive charge, there are three steps. First, identify transition metal ions and polyatomic ions, because when metal, the first element ion is metal with variable positive charge. Actually, this is a transition metal. So first of all, you need to identify the metal, if it is transition metal, and the other metal, because the transition metal with variable positive charge, if it's not transition, is first group, second group, and some of them, like zinc, aluminum, also is with fixed positive charge, right? So we already have session 1. So this session mostly is focusing on you need how to naming polyatomic compound with variable positive charge. So first step, identify transition metals, ions and polyatomic ions. The second step, use charge balancing to find the positive charge. For example, copper has copper 1, copper 2. We need to make sure if it is copper 1 and copper 2. Then we can name it, right? After balancing the positive, the charges, and find the positive charge, then you can put the name and of the metal, and followed by Roman numerals and polyatomic ions. No prefix is needed. So before that, before we have practice question, and I want to show you one examples. So for example, let's say when we naming is, for example, we naming CuSO4, because Cu is transition metal. So you can write this one, copper. This is you write the name is copper, but leave the bracket. You will put the Roman numeral is 1 or 2, and this is SO4 is sulfate. So sulfate. Then we figure out what is the copper charge. The copper charge, it depends on the balance, because total charge equals 0. So SO4 is sulfate with 2 negative. The sulfate is with 2 negative charge, but there is no subscript, means is 1. So 1 polyatomic ions, each one is 2 negative, total is 2 negative. So that means you need 2 positive to be balanced. The Cu subscript is no number, that means 1. So that's why in this situation it's 2 plus. So in this situation copper is 2. So 2 positive, that's why we say copper 2 sulfate. Right? So next let's practice some questions. So for ED, first we do this one. Maybe this one. Okay, let's do this one, ED. And the Cr, what the Cr? Cr is chromin, so you write chromin. But the chromin also is transition metal, so you leave space. And then this is nitrate, right? Is this is nitrate is 3, NO3 nitrate, the NO2 is nitrite. nitrite. So how to figure out if this chromium is positive 1 or positive 2 or positive 3? Okay, let's write down here. So first of all, we know NO2 is nitrate. The charge is -1, right? So NO2 has 3 ions, each one is -1. So total is -3. That's why you need a positive 3 to balance, because this is a 1. Subscript, no subscript. Subscript means 1 ion. So that's why we can see this is a chromium is 3. And like this one, also this is a nitrite, this is nitrate, right? So copper, we write the copper. And nitrate. So nitrate is -1. The 2 ions, each one is -1. So total is -2. So that's why the copper has to be positive 2 to balance, because the subscript is 1. So the copper is 2. So copper is 2, copper 2 nitrate. Then we go to this one. This is nickel. Nickel bracket. This is a bromate. The bromate also is -1. The bromate, the -1 charge, there are 2 ions, total is positive -2, so need nickel is positive 2 to balance, right? Because this is subscript is 1. So this is a nickel 2. See, once for the polyatomic ion, you can check the periodic table of ions, and also we can find a pattern. I'll show you again. And this one, the pattern, another pattern is, for example, sulfate, sulfite, hyposulfite, persulfate. They have different name, but as long as SO4, SO3, SO2 lock, all to negative charge. All to negative charge. Just because the sulfur has different charge. So, but we don't go to so deeper. So we just look at this, and this is the pattern you need to know. Whatever SO4, SO3, SO2, SO5, they always -2 charge. Okay? And also PO4, PO3, PO2, PO5, always 3 negative charge. So that is the pattern. So once you know SO4 is 2 negative charge, then the other sulfite or hypersulfite or persulfite, sulfate, always 2 negative charge. So that's we know this SO3 is 2 negative charge. So then we can see SO3 is 2 negative charge. You have 3 ions, total have 6. And this Fe, in this case, is 2 ions. So total need to be positive 6 balanced with -6. That's why this is 3 positive, right? So 2 negative multiplied 3 ions, total -6. And the 2 ions, each one is 3 positive, multiplied together is positive 6. That's why they balance. So positive 6 plus -6 equals 0. So that's why this is an ion 3. SO3 is sulfite because 1 oxygen less than SO4. And the next is ClO3, we know all this is chlorate is -1. So chlorate ClO3 is -1. You have 2 ions, total is -2. So Fe need +2 to balance. Right? 1 subscript means 1. So +2. That's why this is an iron 2 chlorate. And this one is Pb is lead. And this is the carbonate. So lead is what is the charge? So we can see CO3, the carbonate has 2 negative charge. So now you have 2 ions, total is -4 charge. The Pb lead now is only 1 ion, no number means 1 ion. So that's why this lead Pb in this compound is 4 positive charge. Right? 2 times 2 negative is total -4. So 1 times +4 equals +4. So +4 with -4 equals 0. It's neutral, balanced. So this is a 4. Lead 4 carbonate. The last one is Ti is titanium. FO3 is fluorite. Fluorate because FO3 fluorate, and the fluorate is -1. So you have 2 ions, total is -2. You need titanium is +2 to balance because only 1 ions, right? No number, 1 ions. So that we got titanium 2 fluorate. So more practice, more comfortable. Okay? So if you still need more practice, you can go to Ming's house at blogs.rrc.ca/Ming. Find worksheet in chemistry. This is presented by Wise Guy. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.